Everybody hear me okay? How's everybody doing? All right. So this is AI Upline. Basically what AI Upline is it's a personal AI coach for like your complete and total company. It has all the products your company would have, the compensation plan, the scripts to say. It's like we built it basically to have like a top earning upline like in your pocket anytime you need. Like if you have someone that asks a question, instead of texting your upline, now you ask AI Upline, you get a response within seconds, and now it allows you to move forward and really like excel and exceed the speed at which you can grow your business, right? And I know some people, like one of the common questions you get is it's like, well, I've already had my compensation plan, and I already have my my website, and I've already made like a custom GPT, or my chat GPT knows about what I'm doing. So it's been able to help me. But the reality is like doing that at scale and also making it simplistic and easy to use for your team or for the people that you're bringing in is incredibly hard. And who here has been part of Akashics, right? So if you're a part of Akashics, back when I first started working with my dad in Akashics, I had developed an AI chatbot with ChatGPT that basically would help you through that entire process. I spent a lot of time on it. I can't even tell you how many scripts and videos. It was a learning experience for me, so I don't mind it. But the reality is that the majority of people didn't use it. You know what I mean? Like they just didn't, even though it was powerful. And so it's like, what's the next step in that? The next step in that is to have an AI chatbot that takes it a step further, an AI upline that takes it a step further. Instead of having somebody that just holds you accountable, let's make the AI get to know you. Let's allow you to customize it, eventually name it. There's many things that you're going to be able to do. So this is AI Upline. I'll post the link here and I'll scroll through as well and show you guys all the different stuff that's part of it, right? And you can join this for free. It's not, there's no requirement. Yeah. If you get 3 people on the subscription plan on this, yours is free. So definitely as a family and unlimited wisdom, if you're currently a member, get the, like my dad said, get your affiliate link out to the people that it matters to, right? Like the people that you want to share this with. And I'm hoping you love it so much that you'll share it with the people you were scared to share with before. You know what I mean? Like this is a tool that's supposed to make that a lot easier. So what is AI Upline and how does it work? There's multiple different features in it, and we're going to go through some of those. Like daily check-in every single day. You open up the app. There's even a PWA app. You can open it up on your phone, check in with your AI coach, AI Upline, and be like, here's the amount of, yes, Lisa Marie, you can use the referral link now. You can come in every single day and go, here's what I did yesterday. Here's what I plan on doing today. And the AI coach will help you with what actions are the most important to get the result that you want to accomplish, whether it's reaching out to 5 people, whether it's hitting $500 a month in your compensation plan. And it knows every single company that's part of the system down to like finite details, right? So the daily check-in is super powerful, and it makes it a daily tool that you can use every single morning when you get up. What's next? Right? What do I do today? Because I think the number one question people have, especially when they join a network marketing company, once they get in is like the first day after they're excited, they signed up, they woke up the next morning, and it's, what do I do? What do I say? That's like the first 2 questions you normally get. The first 2 versions of this solve that problem. So after daily check-in, you have what do I say? Word for word scripts for every situation, from cold DMs, follow-ups, objections. It gives you 3 separate variations every single time. So basically what you can do with this feature, and some people don't even know this that have been demoing it, you can actually take a screenshot of the chat and just drop it in there and say, what do I say to this person? Here was what they asked me. Here was their response. And then within 15 seconds, have 3 different versions of what you could say back to them. And of course, it's an AI. You could say, could you make it a little more bold? Could you make it a little more nicer? Or could you add more emojis or do this or that? It's totally customizable. And a lot of that stuff will be saved to your AI coach as you're going through the process. So another one, recruiting coach, paste a real conversation, get an honest breakdown, and the exact next message to send. This is, so you have this is really built for objections, and this is really built to hold you accountable. The recruiting coaches, they're excited. They've went through their, what do we do next? What's the exact next message for this person? There's 16 different personalities out there. What do I say to this person, right? To get them to join. That's what the recruiting coach is built for. There's also objection battles. This one is, there's nobody out there that has a feature like this, and there's not even anyone that's close. Like not even anyone that's close, whether an AI has been put in a network marketing program or anything. I think objection battle really differentiates what we do here. And basically it allows you to practice objections that might happen with your network marketing company. We've got the income calculator, leader mode, and I'm going to go through these really quickly because I'm actually just going to log in and show you. This is just the landing page. So you got resources, content creation, which is going to get even better. Follow-up reminders, so you never forget to follow up. It even writes the follow-up based off of the conversations that you've been having with that person, right? So, and tracks that stuff for you. You get up and running in minutes. You'll see in a second that you go through a quick start. And you really are up and at them pretty quick. So we got some reviews of some people here. We already have 12 companies in here, soon to be 13. I'm adding the 13th and 14th today. And we also, at the recommendation from my father, added a generic, no company. So when you go through the list now, you can click, I don't have a company or my company is not in here, and still utilize it, right? It just won't know the compensation plan for your company. It won't. So you really could share it with anybody. And then if we get enough feedback, we'll add that company to the list. We'll put them in there, right? And make it even easier for them to share it. So we also have the refer 3 friends, get AI Upline for free. So if 3 people upgrade with your referral link, and I'm going to show you how easy it is really to share this, you get your membership for free. You don't have to pay anything. And this is all automatic. From the moment the third person signs up and subscribes, it automatically makes sure you're not billed anymore. So you don't have to worry about that. You'll get an email for every referral you get. And then when 3 and free exist, it'll be very apparent in your back office that you pulled that off. So the objection battle is just more of that. Team portals is something that exists more in the legend. So how much is this? The starting version of this is $0 a month. You can sign up for an account right now in someone's referral link or just on the page. It's free to join, right? What do you get with free? You get daily check-in unlimited. So every single morning you can check in completely for free with your AI upline and go, hey, what do I do to get started today? And this is specific for the company that you have. Say you have Immunitech, that's specifically for that. And then you get 5 scripts a day. So say you send a conversation and you go, what do I say? You can do that 5 times a day on free. So you get 5 responses a day for free. You don't need to, you know, and this is for anybody, right? So get your referral links out there. These 2 things, I think the what do I do next and what do I say are the 2 main questions, and we baked that into free. So you don't need, but you're going to see here, once you get into leader, you're going to get the amount of stuff that you get in leader, and then especially legend is crazy. But in leader, you get unlimited of everything, right? So just for 49 bucks a month, you can talk to it all day, every day, as much as you want about any of those things. You get the income calculators and stuff like that. So you can help, the AI coach can help you hit the exact positions you want or the income that you want. You get prospect tracker. This is like the follow-up stuff and everything like that. So that's part of the leader package. So you never miss a follow-up, and it writes them for you, right? So like I was testing this the other day and I said, I met Ben at the park while I was there with my son. Right? And I put that in the note for Ben when I added him as a prospect. The next day I log in and my AI upline says, hey, you need to check in on Ben or whoever, right? And then I click on it, and then it already has written a reply for me that I can edit or go back and forth with and change, that goes like, hey, Ben, loved meeting you at the park the other day when we were hanging out with our sons and stuff. I know that we talked about these things, blah, blah, blah. And I made it specific. I'm like, we talked about how much we like Chipotle. You know what I mean? And it's like, that was in the message with the other stuff. I think that you might find this interesting or whatever it may be. And you could change it from like more bold, get rid of different things. It's really, really, really cool. So the resources hub and the referral program, the referral program basically just allows you to hit leader. You can do this as starter too. Like you could bring in 3 people at leader and get leader without ever upgrading. So if you have no money, just refer the program to people that see the value in this. And I think that we're way underpricing this, and you're going to see that in a second. And then we have Legend. Legend is really like you're paying for an entire year. So you're locking in your price for the entire year at $49, because we're not saying that it's always going to stay at $49. Although once you subscribe, as long as you stay subscribed at $49, it's not going to, we're not going to Netflix you guys all of a sudden and message you and say, hey, it's now $8 more. You know what I mean? And you either quit or you keep going with us. You know, that's not going to happen. But with Legend, you're going to save a decent chunk of money. You're going to get a specialty Legend leader badge on your entire pages, and Sandy can attest to this. It's golden and fancy stuff and everything like that, right? So it makes you feel even more fancy, right? So you're getting 12 months for the price of 9. You get priority support from us. So if you do have a feature or need to see a feature that might need to be added, Legends have like first serve basis for that, right? So if Sandy's like, it'd be really cool if we had this, and Sandy reached out the other day and was like, this feature is really cool. How does it work? Well, Sandy's a Legend. I immediately sent her back and I'm like, I'm going to work on a UI tool to make that more helpful for you. And that's what we're going to work on. And that's really what like Legends get, is they have the ability to help us kind of shape the experience. And that is based around the fact that you also get the team leader dashboard and tools. So with AI Upline, you actually can build your whole entire team and manage them inside of AI Upline. From seeing how often they're doing things in it, how often they're logged in, the responses and stuff, the consistency. They even have their own leaderboard, so you could see in your team like who's performing the best. And this is based off of how many prospects they're adding, how much they're following up with them. And this is as simple as, I want to make a team. You put in your team name, pick a couple of things, and then it gives you a link to share with your team. Anyone that joins through that link is automatically added to the team. And if they upgrade for $49, it also works for your 3 and free, right? So you get to track them not only here, but if they upgrade to here, you track all of this too. So let's see what it looks like on the inside. Is everybody ready? Everybody excited? So one thing I want to show before we even get in there is the get started, which I'm going to have to log out of this to do. But when you first come to this page, you can click get started and it goes through a whole entire onboarding. So you pick which company you're building in, and you're going to see this is the one that's going to be added. And then you have other not listed. So for this demo, we're going to pick Immunitech and hit continue. What best describes you right now? Be honest, because this shapes your AI coach. Am I brand new to this? Am I an active reps that I have a little bit of experience? Am I managing a downline, or am I experienced but just need better tools to manage my group, manage what's happening? So I'm going to say that I'm brand new. What's your number one struggle right now? Pick one that hits close to home. I don't know what to say to prospects. People say no and I freeze. Objections scare me. I know what to do, but I'm not consistent. Some people might relate with this one, right? And this is why AI Upline is built. Really is to keep you consistent. My team isn't doing anything, so leadership struggles. So it's like I'm going out and recruiting, but I can't get them to duplicate. And then I don't understand how to get paid. The comp plan confuses me. I just want to know how I can make $500. How do I do it? So I'm going to say, I know what to do, but I'm not consistent. So these are, what are your strengths? What things have you already done? And this all helps you guys shape the experience. So the AI is not sitting there. It knows whether or not you're an experienced network marketer. It knows whether or not you're good at certain things. And that is super helpful in getting the outputs that you want. So you could pick any of these or all of them, right? You could say, I'm a natural conversationist. I'm active on social media. I love helping others. I know how to close. I'm not going to click that one. I'm good at building teams. I'm comfortable with digital tools. Or you could just skip it. This whole entire onboarding can be changed in the settings at any time. And you could go through it again anytime you want. So if you change your mind on any of these, you're not locked to any of them. Now, this is the persona for your AI upline. And in the next update, it'll have a name, right? Which means every person that comes into AI upline will be able to name their AI and pick its personality and shape the way that it helps you. So here's a couple of options. The closer, direct, no excuses. The strategist, let's build this right. The encourager, you got this. The alpha, let's just do the work, period. And the Zen leader, consistency wins. I just want to stay consistent every single day. I'm more long-term. This is tough love seekers. Like I need a little bit of beating up to get out and do things, right? The strategist is it's like, you know, I want to know everything and anything about this. You know what I mean? So give me more detail, right? The closer is I don't need all of this shit. Just give me the stuff that will help me close more people. And then the encourager is encouraging. I need motivation. You know, I'm just starting at this. It's new to me. And then Zen leader, like I said, is consistency. It's just going to make sure you don't go off the path. So when I hit continue, you're going to have a couple of more things that you can pick. We're almost done, believe it or not. And then we're going to get into it. So communication tone, soft or direct, you can pick this, right? So we're going to go with soft. The amount of emojis it uses, if you want it to be like, you know, a teenager and send you emojis all the time, you can do that. If you want it to send none, which is normally what I prefer, I go none. And this will also be in your chats, right? Hustle language, on the grind, beast mode, or off. Maybe you don't want like the hustle stuff. And then we have faith-based language on God, blessings, and purpose in here too. So if you believe in God or you follow those types of things, that can be added to your AI coach's experience, right? So we're just going to go with these for now and hit continue. And then we're going to pick how many people do we want to reach out to per day. This is going to become the daily goal on your dashboard, right? So you can go all the way up to 20. You know, some people are like, why can't I just put the amount of number I want? Because if you reach out to 20 people, I don't think you need it to be set to 50, and we'll make that if that's a thing that you need. But I feel like most people, 20 a day is like a lot of people. You think 20 times 7, how many people are you following up with? You know what I mean? It's a lot at that point. So we're going to put 5 a day. And then we have, who are you referred by? So all you people that want to refer, your referral link automatically fills this out. So they don't have to do anything. It will just say referred by Sandy. And if you don't have that, this is one last step to say, hey, listen, if you've got a referral code, which I'll show you guys how to have. Yep, Lisa wrote my name, right? So if you put Matt in as your referral, although please don't pick somebody else. You know what I mean? I built the tool. My referrals are going nowheres. But this gives you a last chance to say who referred you to the program. If you didn't and you found it by yourself, you just say skip. And then now it's going to give you the little confetti and say, let's create your account, right? So the next step is you're going to make an account and you're going to log in. And I'm going to show you guys more of a, I'll show you guys what it looks like on Leader and then what it looks like on Legend, right? But Leader will have almost all of the stuff. Actually, why don't I just show you on Legend? Let me get something here. Are you guys super excited about this? Do you see like the value and we're not even in it yet, right? Right. So we're going to go back to just AI Upline. We're going to sign in. I'm going to take this away from you guys so you don't know what the sign in is. And then we're gonna log into that now because we have a bunch of these demos and stuff. But all right. Yeah. Yep. So when we get to the referrals, I can just show that now. But on the referral page, once you make an account, and this exists for everybody, I'm going to zoom out so it's not so pushed in. But you have 2 links here. You have your referral link. This is, and then this is your referral code. So when it asks for the code, you'll have your code here. You can give to anybody. So say they just go to AI Upline. They're so excited. You're still going to have that step towards the end where you can say, here's my referral code. Make sure that you add that at the last second. And if they use this link, it'll just automatically put it in, right? But you have a referral link for any company right here. And you can track every single referral that you have, not just the 3, but down here it's going to every single one of them. But under that, you'll see company specific link. And if they use this link, right, and scroll down, you're going to notice that all of the companies are gone. It just says built for Immunotech. Immunotech's in there. And when I click get started, it's automatically just going to pick Immunotech for me. So now, and it says demo Immunotech invited you, you're in good hands. So anytime you guys want to know whether or not your affiliate links work, this will be in the top right and tell you, hey, your affiliate link's working. You just exit out of that. But that lets you know. So yeah, you could pick specifically, or you can do generic or anything like that. So if you have someone that's in another company that we follow or isn't and just wants to go with generic, both those options exist. So that's super cool. Down here, you'll have, you know, pre-written DMs for you to share, pre-written social media posts, pre-written emails, and people like this one, a QR code. You could right click, save it, put it on a brochure, put it on anything you want. They scan it, it goes right to your referral link. So super easy. If you're doing presentations or anything like that, you can have that right there. So we'll go back to the dashboard and I'll go through that. So this is on Legend. So a couple of things you're going to see immediately is that the Legend team leader tools is right here asking you to go check out the things that only exist for Legend. You're going to see the annual Legend badge, and this is through pretty much everywhere. If you're just leader, that's not going to be there. But you're going to see up here a couple of things. You're going to see your day streak, so how many days you've logged in and done your stuff, total amount of chats, total amount of saved scripts, and the total amount of points. This entire thing is gamified. There's achievements, there's everything. And it's tracked, and you can see the people even in your own company that you're competing against. So I already, Josh was on a cruise with a bunch of Akashics people, and they were all on the boat competing on the app as I was building it, doing the objection battler and getting points and everything. So their leaderboard is like already full of people. This one dude did 27 objection battles in one day. They're like 5 rounds each. I'm like, yeah. And so it's like, I love seeing that, right? And I'm like, I immediately reached out to my dad and I'm like, we're going to add more objections, right? So you got all different kinds of things here. So you're going to see your best next actions, open your AI coach and make today's outreach easier, practice your objections, review your scripts. The 3 and free is here. So it's super easy to click on and go over or track or get that link really quickly. You can mark done and change your today's goal. This is the one that I'm going to rebuild for Sandy and make way easier and cleaner to use. Because it's kind of vague. Down here, you're going to see what I know, whatever company that you're in. This is everything from the products, the compensation plan, the income streams, and the key facts and positioning. So like 40 years of research, glutathione declines 10 to 15% per 20 year or per decade of age and stuff, right? And this gets even more into detail. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to click on AI coach. You can collapse this bar anytime you want, by the way. But we're going to click on AI coach, and here's all the different options. So you got daily check-in, what do I say, recruiting coach, comp plan translator, content creator, and leader mode. So I'm going to click on comp plan translator because a lot of people join in, they don't know how to make money. If I click on that, you're going to see this looks a lot like most AI chat interfaces. I'm going to move my camera up here. This looks like a lot of other AI chat interfaces that you're probably used to seeing. So if you click up here, you'll be able to see what it's about, this specific one, but you've got all these different ones. So if I click motivation, it says, I need motivation right now. Here's how I'm feeling. Just write whatever you want, right? Strategy, help me think through this strategically. Objection, someone just said this objection to me. Team, I need help with my team. Here's the situation. Or script, give me a word for word script for, and I did this for the other day when me and Josh are testing it. It's like, give me a word for word script on how to talk to a Munitech with a bodybuilder. And it just gave me all of that. I'll show you guys in a second. But what we're going to do is we're going to delete that. And you have a couple of options here right off the bat, right? Gonna have that not highlight. How do I make my first $500 with Immunitech? Just that fast, you guys. Immediately, it's reading through. There's whole entire memories for these AIs, now 15 of them, that's trained on all the compensation plans, all these different things. So here's how you would accomplish your first $500 in Immunitech. And you have a couple of options here on the bottom. You can make it softer, bolder, shorter, or as a voice note, or you can click save. If I click save, it's going to go and show up in my scripts. So I can copy this anytime I want to. So that makes it super easy when you say made the pitch for the bodybuilder. You can just click save to your scripts and then you have that saved forever, right? But you also can go in and click, say you want to see your chat history. Okay, just go right back to that chat, right? You have that option too. So you can save it. If I click voice note or anything, one of the things I love to do is do what do I say? And then say, someone said, is this a pyramid scheme? It's going to think, here's 3 ways to say that. Great question. It's actually not a pyramid scheme. Immunitech is a legit company with over 40 years of research backing our products. We focus on improving health with scientifically proven solutions. What would you like to know more? That's casual, professional, or story-based, right? But say I want it to be shorter. If I click shorter, it's going to rewrite those shorter, right? And it's crazy because I can actually keep clicking shorter. It's like rewrite it shorter, right? Or softer, make it softer. All 3 of them are going to be more soft, right? Bolder. And then the fun one, right, is some of you, like my dad, you don't want to copy paste this. Maybe you communicate through voice, right? So if I click voice note, it's actually going to write what a word for word speech that I could say over a voice note, right? So you just speak this out. So it's like, hey, Sandy, I totally understand your concern about pyramid schemes. I actually had the same question before I joined Immunotech. What reassured me was that learning that they have 40 years of research and patented products. Immunotech is all about genuine health improvement, not schemes. If you're interested, I'd be happy to share more about how it truly works. Just let me know. So that's like a voice note you could just read out verbatim and send to them, right? And this is for anything, like anything you could think of. It really is, the sky's the limit. So the other things, I'll let you guys play around with them in here, but you got the comp plan stuff, you got the recruiting coach. They ask me too many questions and I get flustered. They say, I'll think about it, and went silent. So this is like, do I say? There's all these pre-canned stuff, and some of them are specific. Leader mode. One of my reps is about to quit. What do I say? When your rep is about to quit, it's crucial to address their concerns and remind them of their initial motivation. So then it goes through. Schedule a personal call, reach out to them, ask them for a private call that shows your interest, invest in their success. So most people wouldn't even know to do this first step, and they drop the ball there, right? Understand their concerns. Start by asking open-ended questions like, I heard you're considering stepping back. Can you share what's on your mind? Listen actively and take notes. Like, a lot of this stuff, guys, is stuff that really, really it flies by most people, but this is trained by people like Josh Zwagel and my dad, people that are experts and more. We're just going to add more and more value. If you noticed over here, guys, I'm getting points for talking to it. So I'm already leveling up, but it's just that easy. I could save this. And then when I go to my scripts, you're going to see that it's saved there. So I'll have that forever, right? You can even export them I don't know if you can see that because my camera, but you can export it too. So that's AI Coach. Just this alone, I feel like most people would freak out and be like, this is amazing. Which, by the way, our little robot here, he's got pre-canned stuff. He can answer any questions or support stuff that you guys have as well. The next thing I want to show you guys is Prospects. So Prospects works just like a CRM software, except for your network marketing company. So you got everything from warming them up, messaging them, follow up if they're hot or if they've converted. So you can add a prospect from any platform, warm them up over 5 days, send the perfect DM with AI. So let's make a prospect. So I can write in here and say, let's just do prospect name, Robert Hollis, and say that I met him on Facebook. His phone number, I'm not going to add it in there, but all these are optional, right? Even his profile for Facebook, and then notes. Met in the Akashics group on Facebook in Immunotech. Starting stage, new. And then the follow-up date, right? You click the calendar and it's like, I want to follow up with them on the 25th at noon. And believe it or not, you guys get emails. And if you get the app, you get notifications on your phone too for this. So you won't miss it, right? So starting stage, is he new or are you warming him up? The difference between new and warming up are pretty drastic. If I click new, when I click on his card here, you're going to see, so I can change any of these, right? Like add his phone number, his email, profile link. All I have to do is type it in there, let go of it. It saves instantly, right? And we have that. I've got the follow-up. If you want to sleep it, you can say, okay, he said he talked to me tomorrow. Oh, it's blocking it. Hold on one second. If the person says, hey, busy today, you just click, no problem, 1 day. It just moves it forward a day, right? You can change them from new, contacted, follow-up, hot, or signed. But if they're kept on new, you're going to see this warm-up tracker. And believe it or not, this came from Lisa Marie's question the other day. So the question that we had is how long do you have to talk to somebody on social media before you send them a private message? Like, what do you have to do on social media that my dad shares how to do things to pique somebody's interest on social media? Well, on day 3, like 3 of their recent posts. Checkbox, done. 10 points. I just made 10 more points. Awesome. Day 2, like 2 plus leave a genuine comment on one of their stuff. And there's an AI button for all of this, right? So it'll generate the suggestions of what you can. It's like, I don't even know what genuine response to leave, right? Hey, Robert, your insights always speak new ideas to me. How do you maintain such a positive mindset while juggling so many prospects, right? Or there's a different one. You know, it's open-ended, so it kind of pushes them to respond. And the thing that people don't know is once you start talking to somebody in the comments of a post, super easy to move it to DMs after that. And my dad can attest to that, right? It's his whole method to a certain extent. So say day 2, you've liked their post, left a genuine comment, replied to their story on Instagram or their new comment, another comment or react reply, and now it's day 5. It's time to DM them, right? So you could get suggestions for the DMs of what to send. Hey, Robert, hope you've been having a great day. I've really enjoyed connecting in the Akashics group. Remember, we said that that's where we met. I noticed that you're interested in Immunotech. Super exciting. What caught your attention about it? We're value-driven, curiosity-based. So you really can go as far as you want with it. And we're going to refine this and make it even better. You can add follow-up notes. You can add reminders. Have it. If you click script, it's going to say, write me a follow-up script for Robert. So it takes you right to what do I say? And you immediately are now chatting back and forth with your AI upline on that specific contact. Like it has reference for all that information. So it's like you can dial down and be like, Robert said this to me. And then it'll be like, hey, say this back to Robert, right? You know, super easy, super fucking cool. You can also export all of those. But yeah, you can add as many prospects in here as you want. Search them, click, okay, I'm warming Robert up right now. If I click contacted, it changes and moves him to messaged. If I click follow up, he's in follow up now. So you can see that that changes. And the front of the page will change if he's a hot lead, like he's about to sign up, or if he did sign up. And now you just keep track of these people, right? So it's like, even in your group, if this person signed up, and we're going to add more in here, you have all these follow-up notes that are attached to the memory of this person. So now, even if they're a person that's in your downline and they've been in your downline for years, if you've added follow-up notes like we talked about this, we talked about that, they have 3 kids, blah blah blah, it's going to remember that every single time you go into AI upline and try to talk about that person as a prospect. So it's like, even if you forgot about them because you've been too busy, AI upline is going to make sure you don't. You know what I mean? It's like, have any of you guys seen those movies with like the president or something, and then they have the secretary and the president's walking through a bunch of people at a meeting, and the secretary comes up and goes, that's Judy blah blah blah, they're blah 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 blah, right? So the president knows, he doesn't have to keep a memory of a tally of everybody. That's basically what AI upline is in your pocket, right? So the feature that and we'll do a Q&A at the end of this, by the way, but the feature that I love probably the most is the objection battler. I'm going to move my camera here. So this is built to help you not get frozen when an objection comes up. And this is company specific. It's a new tool, has never existed before. It has difficulties, and you're going to see up here the different rounds. It works on mobile, so you can do everything you've seen right now so far works on mobile pretty well, very well. So that's very important. I think 80% or 90% of the people that use this will probably use it on mobile. So we're going to pick a difficulty for the objection battler. And you have 3 options. You have warm up, standard, or beast mode, right? Balance objections, realistic pushback, normal scoring. If I go beast mode, it's going to say sharper objections, tougher follow-ups, stricter scoring. And then if I go warm up, softer objections, easier reads, more forgiving scoring, right? So when I put warm up, it basically like allows you to kind of play around with different objections. If you put it on beast mode and start giving like crappy objections, it's just going to give you no points, and the responses are going to be like, I'm just not interested in what you have. So you really are going to get some pushback, right? So what we'll do is we'll just go standard, right? And then you have the battle focus. We wanted to add the ability. Sometimes the objections are general, sometimes they're product specific, and this is based off your company. So if it's an Immunotech product, you can do product objections. Business opportunity, like say they try to bring you a different business opportunity, or they're like, well, maybe this one for me, yours in particular, that's built in. The skeptical friend, anyone have this one, right? And then the follow-up rescue, right? Maybe you're following up with somebody and now they're hitting you with rejections. Like maybe they were really interested, but then they sat down with their spouse or their friends and someone was like, this is one of those pyramid scheme things. And now they have all these objections in the follow-up, not the initial pitch, right? We wanted to build that in there too. So we're going to go general, and then you can pick, yeah, right. I mean, that's the funny thing is it's like, maybe that's what it would tell you to do. And that's in here, believe it or not. Like to a certain extent, it's like, who do we have to talk to get the okay? You know what I mean? To move forward. So you can pick the amount of rounds. Maybe you're just sitting at a drive-through, or maybe you're sitting at an appointment, a doctor's appointment. You just want to run through a quick 3 rounds. Maybe you want to do 5, maybe you want to do 8, or maybe you want to do 10. We're just going to do 3. And then we're going to click start battle. So it's going to throw, this is just a simpler one. So it's probably just going to throw a simple response at me. Let me move my camera again. I'll find a good spot for it eventually. I'll just move it down here like that. So the first one is this a pyramid scheme? This is normally the number 1, if not the number 2 that you get. So now we're on normal. You just simply say what you would say back to it, and you're going to be scored and judged off that. So I'll say, no, it's not. Here we go. We'll do this. No, it's not. Immunical is actually a 40-year plus product, and Immunotech has been around for a long time. They are not a pyramid scheme. And I'm using the thing, so it might not spell Immunical correctly. So I'll just do, so it gave me a 6 out of 10, right? And so you'll see up here, now I got 6 points. I'm now already on round 2. You can always start a new battle, right? But it's going to score me and say, what worked? You clearly stated that Immunotech is not a pyramid scheme and mentioned the company's long-standing reputation. What to improve? While you address their concern, you could strengthen your response by explaining how Immunotech differs from a pyramid scheme. Very smart, right? Because you're not really, you're just basically saying, well, they're documented, and it's like documented as a pyramid scheme. You know what I mean? Like that might be what they throw at you. So it's like, you didn't really reference that. And then here's the best part, guys. Your better response. No, it's not a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes are illegal and rely on recruiting without a real product. Immunotech, on the other hand, is a legitimate company with over 40 years of research behind its patented products. Consultants earn money through product sales, not just recruitment. Boom. So it's like, that's how I would clean up what I just said, right? Here's the next one, because we're only 2 of 3. So since we're on standard, you're going to get like super standard ones. This one's super standard. I don't have time for this, right? What would be your response for that? It's like, make time, right? But we're making millions here. Yeah, I don't, if you said I don't have time for this and you said make time in beast mode, it would be like, dude, maybe go back and like practice your people skills. You're not going to be closing people if you're aggressive, you know what I mean? So I don't have time for this. No problem. Immunotech has multiple different options. You don't have to be full-time. You can do this part-time or even just a couple hours a week. 7 out of 10. Ooh, I got points for that one. And I got upgraded. I'm no longer a rookie. I'm a hustler. That's great. I'm moving up in the world. So what worked? You acknowledge they're already up there, I bet. We will. So this is stuff that worked. What to improve on. Better response. I tried MLM before and lost money. That's the final one. And then we can just respond back to it and be like, no worries. I totally get that. I've been burned in the past by MLMs too, but I believe that Immunotech is different. They're way more documented and have patented products. And I've seen many people have success with the company. So, you know, I'm just winging it. 8 out of 10. Boom. 15 more points. So I finished it. So now I can exit out or just go somewhere else. It's like target complete. You made it through 3 scored rounds. Keep going if you want more smoke. So even though I'm done, I could keep going and going and going, or I could click new battle, start fresh, go through it again. So that was pretty cool, right? You can practice that on your phone anywhere, right? So right now there's over 100 objections, and some of them are company specific. The more you go up into beast mode, it's going to become more company specific, because I think that they get niched down. You start getting less, is this a pyramid scheme? And more of like, what does this company mean? Or what is it about? And so in beast mode, it really helps you get through those objections. And we're going to continue to add more and more, right? So the objection battler, super cool. Doesn't exist in any other product. Like, this is just super incredible and only part of AI Upline. So the next tool that you have is company, right? Now, this is a page that has all of the company's information that you need to know, right? So you've got their products, you've got that when they're established, where they're located, a little synopsis about them, compensation highlights based off their compensation plan. But the cool thing is you can click view full comp plan in the drop down and see every single one of them, right? And we're going to go into the income calculator here in a second. You can visit their website. Of course, we have a button right here where you can just immediately hop in and ask questions about Immunotech, right? Team resources. Soon we're going to be onboarding a lot of resources from these companies, and that will all be down here. So it's like PDFs of the compensation plan, graphics that they want you to use, things like that. And we're going to have also in Create Teams, you'll have this as a team resource. So you can actually make stuff for your team and give it to them. You click visit website, no surprise, it goes to their website, right? So you can log in. And then there's the income calculator. So the next thing we're going to go to is the income calculator. This tool is like one of those AI only tools. So one of the things that AI is incredibly great at is data and math, right? And so why not utilize that? Compensation plans can get especially if you're in different companies or you just joined a new company, but you've been in, say, a binary plan before and this one's different. You want to know how you can make money. So you drag these anywheres and you're going to see personal customers. If I get 100, enrolled in Gen 1, if I get 100, average customers per consultant, and you see the number just going crazy. Generations deep, right? So if you're 8 generations deep with 30 customers per consultant in Gen 1, like obviously that number is like impossible to hit. But you can see even on just 1 generation deep, if you hit these numbers, you're making $27,000 a month and you're a diamond. So you see down here, the retail profit, the CV bonus, your commissions, the total volume that your organization will hit, and what rank you'll pull. 6 gens up to 43% plus $2,000 bonus. All of that's there, right? And then down here, it explains how it's calculated. So income streams, what it does, blah, 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 disclaimer. And then down here, surprise, surprise, ready to make this real? Let's take this stuff into your AI upline and start building out how to hit diamond and do these things. You know what I mean? The next thing on here, and we're going to make this way better, like soon it's going to generate videos and images, and I'm talking Seedance videos and Nano Banana images, company based. But right now you can pick a platform, right? So I can pick TikTok, say bold and direct, and share a story on whatever you want, right? Like glutathione, let's just do energy. And then you click generate content, and in a couple of seconds, it's just going to spit out really quick and easy post for you to do. It should. Just give it a second. And if it doesn't, this may be in between V1 and V2. There it goes. So TikTok video script, share a story, scene 1, and it just writes it all out, right? The call to action is there, the caption to put in the video or whatever for TikTok. All scene 6, smiling confidently at the camera. You know, scene 3, holding an Immunical pouch and shaking it gently, right? So you don't have to go through and completely do everything in here, but it gives you a baseline to start. So if you're like going, I would really love to shoot a TikTok video, but I don't know where to start on how to promote this. This tool is built to help you like hit the ground running, and you saw you could put any topic in here, right? So if it's stay-at-home moms, specifically for that, if it's anything, like anything you can think of. So this is going to get better. Soon it will do images. Soon it will do videos. The whole user interface is getting an update, and that should be out by next month, like in April, that will be out. I already, believe it or not, I know you guys have heard a lot about Seedance 2 from me. I actually now have an API key given to me by them that I can use to use it in the platform. So I'm like one of like maybe 18 or 20 people that has a Seedance API key right now. And I built out something with my AI agent to already use it. It works great. So I can't wait to implement it into this and then other things that we're going to be doing later. So the leaderboard, this is one of the fun parts, right? I could see Mary Valchik is already there. She's a hustler, right? Sandy's in here. She's a hustler. I guess so. Like maybe they're both at 220 points, right? So you can see here how many battles they've done, how many streaks, so how many days they've been active. See, they're all new. So you got Deborah Grady in there. How many prospects they've added. Like some of these people in Akashics, I've noticed that they already have like 80 people on this. I'm like, holy shit. Like, because you could just import them all as a CSV file. So it's like everything you saw to make my data contact, you could just download all your contacts and put them all in there, right? And it's built to do that. And then you'd automatically be able to communicate with them. So you'll see here, and one thing that should exist, Sandy, I'm going to fix this, is Sandy should have a little legend thing right here. So everybody that sees Sandy on the leaderboard will know that Sandy is a legend, right? and anyone else that's here. So these are all other people that are in Immunitech. I see Lisa Marie there, Faith, Craig. So super cool. You scroll down here, you'll see I completed my first objection battle. So I got an achievement for that. Getting started, got an achievement for that. Then you can see all the points I've earned. Recent activity. So you know where it's like, okay, I chatted in content mode. That gave me 5 points. I completed objection round. That gave me 15. And that's kind of how you like continue to push yourself up to the leaderboard, right? And the leaderboard is built to make it somewhat competitive, but there's going to be prizes and bonuses and things that will exist inside AI Upline in the future for this stuff. And we're super excited about that stuff as well. So I already showed you guys the My Scripts, right? You can save any script in here you want, export them, anything from the chat, so it never goes away. It's easier than scrolling through all your chat history, because this can get a little insane, although you can delete these, right? So if I open particular chats or anything like that, I can go back and click on it. The objection battle one and the content one, we're working on figuring out how to do those, since objection battle kind of is like a one-off kind of thing, and content is a one-off thing too. So the new content generator will have a library where every single post you've generated, every single video you've generated, every single image will live there forever, unless if you delete them, right? So that's another thing. And you could separate these by chat history of what coach you used, right? Like this one was the comp plan. This was the leader one. This was the battle, daily check-ins, stuff like that. Here, you have the 30-day roadmap, somewhat hidden, but still an incredibly great feature, right? And this just allows you to track your progress over 30 days and then reset it if you want to. So day one, set up your profile and write your why. Start your daily check-in, start building your why, then you check box this, great. You get points for that, right? Actually, just noticed I spammed it and it gave me points. That's going away. Don't use that bug right now. Day two, or I'll get rid of your points. Don't do it. So day two, make your list of 50 people. Write down 50 people you know. Don't prejudge anyone. Friends, family, coworkers, old classmates. Add them to your prospect tracker. So you do that. You can import them all or do whatever you want. You can use chat to do it. Send your first 3 reach outs. Get the scripts. Have your first product conversation. Your first week check-in. Objection practice. 2-week review with your upline, your AI upline. First rank advancement goal and monthly review. And you check through all these boxes, you're going to get points. As you can see, I'm getting a lot of points super quick. I think I just passed all of you guys. Gonna fix this. This is going to give no points. So that's that. And then there's the extra features. Referrals, you know, we already went over that in the beginning. The settings is super cool. You could redo the AI coach. You could change your coach's persona. You can change the communication tone here. So you don't have to change. You could change the amount of daily outreach. So if you change your mind and you want to do 20 or whatever it may be. And then team broadcast notifications. If you're in a team, believe it or not, the team leader can actually send you a notification when you log in on your dashboard. You'll see team call today at 2 p.m. with the Zoom link. And the team leaders are allowed to do that. So if you bring in a whole group of 10 people, you can manage them inside AI Upline, right? You don't have to get a Facebook group together or anything like that. You can do it all in here. Outside of messaging them, might exist in the future, who knows? But super, super cool. And then you can manage your subscription here. It's all managed through Stripe. So believe it or not, you don't have to do anything with us. You want to cancel, you want to change something, change your credit card. It's all encrypted, all done with Stripe, right? We don't handle any of that data or that information. So you can rest assured that Stripe is keeping all your guys' information safe. If this site went down, which it's heavily encrypted, heavily built on very specific servers to make sure it can't be hacked or even brute force hacked. But if you have any concerns about your data or anything like that, there's also the ability to export it and stuff in the settings as well, and delete your account, you know, if you maybe just didn't want to have anything to do with us anymore. But I doubt it, right? So we'll go into the final feature here, which is create your team. This is a legend only feature, right? And if you are part of a company, it's going to be locked. Currently, you're locked to a company. Say you're in Immunitech and Akashics. The only way to swap companies right now is to reach out to support. You can message me, right? And I can change your company for you too, but we're locking it down. And the reason we're doing this is so you can't hop companies consistently and try to get leads from other companies. Like one of the main concerns people had is now you have a leaderboard, now you have all this stuff. It might be easy to just click over to Akashic, scroll through the leaderboard, start writing down a bunch of people's information and be like, great, these are performers in Akashics. Like I need to reach out to them. We don't want none of that. So that doesn't exist. So when you're creating a team, it says set up a branded portal for your team in under a minute. Your reps sign up through your link and get full analytics. So you can name your team here. We're just going to call this one team. What do we call it, guys? Anybody? Maybe I need to check chat. We'll just do a team. Works good for me. Okay, next, you can have a welcome message for your reps. This is what they'll see when they go to your link. So please join a team today. Super fast. Let's use super. Keep it personal and motivating. Your name will appear as the inviter. So now you get to review it. And when I click launch team, watch this. Team's live, right? I can copy the link. If I go to this link now, this is what it looks like. Please join a team today. We're growing super fast. Invited by demo. This would be your name. So it would say invited by Sandy and Immunitech. They can pick their role and then pick their encourager and sign up right away without even doing the onboarding. And then they could just go through the onboarder. When they log in, by the way, you might be thinking, yeah, but if I do this, then they won't go through the onboarding. And that's super nice, right? Wrong. The moment that they go through this and log in, a pop-up will show up that will say, hey, it looks like you haven't done the onboarding yet. Would you like to go through it? And it's just going to skip all the account creation stuff, but still be like, what are your skills? What emotions? And then save it all and lock it in there. And there's also like, nah, I'm not interested. You could skip it, you know? So you could join a team super easily. And then once you have the team, you can click view dashboard, and here's where you can track every single person. So you'll see how many team members you have, how many of them are paid Immunitech, or not Immunitech, paid AI upline people, the average streak of your entire team, and then the amount of points your team is actually generating, right? So you got active in the last 7 days, cooling off or inactive. You can view your total team roster. This is going to be everybody that signed up. If you click team broadcasts, if I type something in here, it will appear as a notification banner on the dashboard. So this is where I said, call today, right? And they'll be able to delete these and add them so they can manage, make sure everybody is going to the places they are. And then you just got manage portals, right? And maybe you have multiple teams. Believe it or not, you can make more. You can have a team of 5 people if you wanted. A team of 5 people, a team of 10 people. You could have Sandy's A team and then Sandy's B team. You know what I mean? Like whatever you want. Maybe you have different people that are interested in just selling products and then different people that are interested in recruiting. You want to follow them through it separately. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's only information for like you to know and track. None of them get the dashboard with all the information. That's just for you. And that's just for Legend. So we really made Legend have the ability to, it's more of like, I want to build an organization. I don't want to just get better as a rep. I want to build like a massive team. And we wanted to build tools, and this tool is only going to get so much better, but we wanted to build a tool that made it as easy as possible for you to onboard people. And like I said, if they click on that team link, they count and sign up, they count as your 3 and free as well. So you don't have to worry about doing one or the other. You can just do that one. I'll go over a couple more things in the dashboard and then we'll do a Q&A. You see my points are already updated. There's a couple other things right here in today's mission. This is where you're going to see the outreach stuff. So how many people did I reach out to today? I set 5, if everybody remembers, right? So I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50 points, right? So it's like, great. I contacted all 5 of the people today. We're eventually going to have this be like, what was the prospect that you contacted, right? So you could fill out really quickly the contact and, or say, I reached out to these 5 people and check them, and then it automatically knows that you did it. Just the goal is to make it as simplistic and easy as possible for you guys to use it. Then, like I said, we're going to redesign today's goal and a couple of other things on this page to make them better. We're incredibly open to feedback. Like, we're actively building this, but it's already well done and cooked. It's been cooked in the oven for the last few weeks. But the amount of stuff that we have planned for V2 and the amount of stuff that, like, if we want you guys to go at it and try to break it, we want you guys to figure out what is or isn't working. And once you do that, all you have to do is reach out to support, you know, or like I said, you guys are Unlimited Wisdom members, so reach out to me, you know. I'm here to support you through it, especially if you're serious about it. You know, there's a lot that we can do together.